We are looking at a yearly event which will showcase our artists that we've groomed and then with other stars. And it's a fundraiser. The yearly event is called the Switch Concert, which will raise money for us to provide shelter. There's what we call Switch Shelter for aged people who are living in indecent environment, those in the rural communities, those in the rural communities in urban cities. Yes, in the forgotten places of the urban cities. Yeah, we are so busy we don't remember them, the widows and the rest of them. I want you to, as you they watch now, I beg, please, Ejo, Biko, vote for this project. Vote for this project. My name remains Tony Greatness, custodian 017. Please and please, yes, thank you. Thank you. As you don't vote, tell your friend to tell another friend. Please vote for Project Switch. It will cost, we'll produce 360 on a minimal in on all the states collectively in Nigeria. 360 per year. That's a big one. And we have another sub-project which is called Everyone Help One. So we raise these people, they begin to help one. So you multiply 360 by 360, you know how many it will be. We'll make Nigeria the great Nigeria that we dream. Thank you so much. Custodian Tony Greatness 017. Thank you so much. Hey, you don't vote again. I like that one. Thank you.
My name is Samuel Sani, Custodian 022 of the Father's House reality TV show. So, this saying says, an idle man is the devil's workshop. Why don't you take that mind, equip it, and then make it have his own workshop? Now, this is what brings about Project Feed the Mind. Now, Project Feed the Mind can also be said as a skill acquisition comprising of music production, cinematography, graphic design, and interior design. So yeah, this is what we do. We will get equipped, then equip youths, Nigerian youths from different states of the Federation. After that, they will undergo a 6-month training, then be graduated, then be equipped with those materials or equipment so that they could also replicate what has been done to them. So this is the project. I urge you all to vote for this project so it will win the Father's blessing.
Hi everyone, I'm David, Custodian 24. I noticed that there's a problem we're having in our nation, Nigeria, which is job unemployment, and it's really affecting every crooks and crannies of the country. And that is what brought me to this project, which I call Project Have Your Phone, Have Your POS. And somebody out there might ask, what do you mean by Project Have Your Phone, Have Your POS? We're trying to put a platform whereby a phone can be able to also have the ability which POS also have. What do we mean by that? In a phone, there's always a place where it's called a chip, where we put a SIM card, a terminal portal, where we put a SIM card. And also in a POS, we also have a portal where we put the chip of an ATM. So that POS is used for making transactions for and rendering services for goods and services and making payments, while the phones are used for communications. In recent time, when phones came to Africa, mostly people started opening shops for making calls and phone booths and the rest. But now it's no longer that. We only focus more on selling a phone and buying a phone. So this operation, this project, Have Your Phone, Have Your POS, is a project which we are trying to make sure that we can be able to match both the phone and the POS. The reason I would like you to vote for this project is to support this project is because this project is going to employ, it's going to bring employment to the country, to the nations, and it's going to make over 10 million Nigerian youths to be empowered financially, because the major thing is to remove hunger from the country. And this project is a very robust project because it's going to have it's going to be done either through hardware or software. That is to say, there can be a program that can be installed, can be created or manufactured into the phone that can allow a POS that can bring the features or the profiles of POS machine into the phone. So that project, Have Your Phone, Have Your POS, is going to be like a merging both a phone and a POS. That is to create jobs, because we believe that in Nigeria now, almost every Nigeria has a phone. But question now is, how does that phone brings back finances into your pocket in another channel? We just talk about maybe internet, Facebook, Instagram, and other things, but we have different dimensions and diversities of whereby we can turn this thing to become financial revenue to us. And I believe that everybody also know what POS is used to do. POS is used for making transactions of payments for goods and services. So when these both things are being merged, it is possible to eradicate poverty in the country. So I'd like you to vote for this project. Thank you very much. Remember, I'm David, Custodian 24.
My name is Mercy Ifunanya Ajike, Custodian number 016. I'm actually going to be talking about a personal project I'm working on, which is the Nigeria Fashion Talent Discovery Project. Now, this project was vetted as a result of my pain concerning the indecent dressing among our Nigerian girls today, all in the name of fashion. And number two, this project seeks to correct the mindset of Nigerians about fashion. I believe the purpose of fashion has not been discovered, and God has shown me what the purpose of fashion is. He showed me in the Bible, in Exodus chapter 28 from verse 2, where he told Moses to make garments for Aaron that would, and he stated the purpose. He said the clothes that would speak dignity and honor. And he said it will bring dignity to his work. So that's the purpose of our wares. Our wares is to speak. When you dress, your dress speaks dignity and honor. Thirdly, I've also noticed the problem of we have so many tailors littered around the streets of every state, but yet little impact. We have little impact. And these tailors are not growing, all because they are yet to understand that the fashion world has moved beyond you acquiring the skill of tailoring, knowing how to make clothes and to be able to climb machine and all. No, it has gone beyond that. It has gone into fashion designing. You're able to create designs for yourself, fashion modeling, how you're able to model your product, fashion marketing, how you're able to put your product out there. They don't know all these things, and that's why they are not growing. So this project also seeks to correct that. The project focuses on Nigerian young girls between the age of 13 to 20 years. And I'm focusing on the young girls because I believe that the young girls are actually neglected, especially in the northern states where they don't believe in educating the young child. So I'm like, if they are not educated, they should be skilled. This project is going to solve the problem of indecency, immorality. Yes, because the reason why do we have rape cases and all is the indecent dressing of our young girls that is causing the rape cases we have in fornication, the immorality, high rate of immorality in our country. So I believe that this project will help to curtail this. Then number two, it will improve Nigerian made wares. And then number three, it will place Nigeria on the world fashion map. When I leave the father's house, I plan to train 100 young girls. I plan to teach them the core essence of my craft. And like I told you before, I will not just be teaching them the skills, but the core essence, the core values that in fashion. So I'm going to train 100 young girls on fashion, and as I said, I'm going to train them, empower them, and so that they can empower others. My name is Mercy Ifunanya Ajike, Custodian 016. Do well to vote for this project because I know that you are also tired of the indecent dressings and all. Do well to vote for this project. This is a God-inspired project, and the Lord will bless you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Abigail Omori. I am Custodian 014, Custodian 14. Okay, I realized recently in the world, in Nigeria basically, that there are a lot of people who have issues maintaining a job or even having a job in the first place. Many people can't take care of themselves. Many people can't have a livelihood, which is a very major problem in Nigeria. And because of this, we have increasing rates in poverty, we have increasing rates in crimes, because of the fact that people cannot have jobs and they find any way to get money. We have the unemployment rate, which is skyrocketing every day. We're being told that there are no jobs for us, which is a major problem. And this is where my project comes in. I call it Project Helping Hands. It comes in threefold. We have the skill acquisition aspect, we have the empowerment aspect, and we have the helping the needy aspect. We have 5 major skills. We have the baking, we have tie and dye, we have bag making, we have shoe making, and we have crocheting. These are the major aspects that we've picked. Now we are empowering these people to also go into the economy to be very good. That's where this empowerment comes in. So we train them very well, not 2 classes, not 2 months, not 2 weeks, but at least 2 months training. They are very good, and then we are empowering them to go in. And we also deal in mentorship, so they can ask questions constantly to make sure that they are very good at what they do, and they can always come back and follow us. Now helping the needy part is part of the project as well. For each and every of these classes, different projects will be done. We can have clothes made at the end of the day. We can have shoes and all of that. Every of the proceeds of each of the classes will be taken back into the community, because there are so many people who need these things but can't afford them, and most of them are like basic amenities. So every of them are taken back into the community. We're looking at ages 16 and above for any of the age groups, for any of the sex groups, either male or female. Those are the people that we're looking at. 16 because of the fact that that is when most people are done with secondary school, and that's what we want to target. We're looking to affiliate with people like Reddish Chronicle, with NGOs as well, who are interested in empowerment, and also religious bodies who are interested in empowering their people as well. Once again, I am Abigail Ohosa Omori. I am custodian 014, custodian 14. Please vote for my project. Thank you.
Hi viewers, I am Stephen Hede, custodian 13013. Now, concept seems there's nothing as powerful as concept, and there's nothing more dangerous than misconception. Now, let me let you know that whatever I was speaking here, that I am so glad that about whatever concept I'll be doling out to you today pertains, the possibility that it pertains, but more gladdening for me is that I'll be pleased that this is what we will face the future with. Having been with several persons, young persons, and led many youth forums, I've come to decipher that many of young people and older persons are more focused about survival instinct. This has led them to use subversive means in getting to survive. As a result of that, I hereby come with something like this. I understand that a nation, a productive nation, is a nation that has its citizens fulfilling their destiny. Hence, I'm recommending this project termed Destiny Discovery and Mind Transformation. Destiny Discovery and Mind Transformation. This is what it is aimed at. It is aimed at erecting a right mindset with proper information on how to have the mindset well built with the necessary values, and appearing to inculcate the national values and mindset. Now, how does this mean? Also, in the angle of the Destiny Discovery, people will be able to find their paths and lives, and not just taking whatever comes to them. Success for me is that people are able to discover what is originally ordained for them, preparing themselves and doing it daily to the best of their ability. As a matter of fact, I suggest that this can be utilized by creating centers. Senators and legislators can have it for as constituency and district projects. Religious institutions can also have it as their districts and parishes, where they can bring up and galvanize people to go there and get their minds built and help them find their path in life, finding their lives, equipping them in the long run, teaching them with the right mind, development of their mind into getting the right values, and not just taking life and accepting whatever comes. In the whole process is a spiral of progressive education and training, with a fine-tuning of the mind in order for them to be able to handle their lives. And thereafter, after they are able to find their lives, they'll be able to get equipped and empowered with whatever resource of funding, as well as helping them to discover that after they discover this will help them to channel every effort in helping to build this, and with that, they'll be able to build a good life. I hope that as a result of this will be able to fly. I hereby appeal that you will be able to vote for this project in your own generosity. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Blessing Okomadu. I am custodian 021. I have come to discover that most students in Nigeria pass through school or the higher institution experiencing a lot of difficulty and undue stress. Some of those difficulties I have noticed and even experienced include, but are not limited to, inability to access quality healthcare services, inability to purchase adequate study materials, and lack of proper guidance to purpose discovery. For this reason, I created a project titled the Blessing Initiative. Now, Blessing is actually an acronym for Building Life Essence by Sustaining Self in the Nature of God. This project will try to solve these problems I earlier mentioned by providing quality healthcare services to students as required by them, then also providing adequate study materials which will aid effective learning, and then lastly, organizing seminars or conferences where finding God and finding purpose, discovering purpose will be taught. So in general, this project will ensure the maintenance of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being of the young adult who is in school. Once again, my name is Blessing Okomadu, custodian 021021. Please vote for this project. It will be a blessing to you.
Hi, my name is Ayomide, one of the Fathers as Reality TV project custodian. I happen to be custodian number 20. It's no news that the population of those with different disabilities in Nigeria is skyrocketing day by day, and we can likely link this to the fact that the present state of the country, the high level of insurgency, bad road, has left so many of them in the condition they are today. And this brings us to Project Disability. Project Disability is birthed from the word disability. It is majorly for the impaired, that is the disabled. The aim here is to make the society at large and this special individual see that there is actually ability in disability. That sounds good, I know. Just bridging the gap thing between those that are not and this special individual with a series of events that we've actually put in place and innovative ideas that are one of its kind. Firstly, we'll be having a 7-day skill acquisition empowerment scheme plus a trade fair, to empower them depending on their individual disabilities and to also fund, that is to empower them. Secondly, we'll be having the first ever of its kind in Nigeria. This time is Impaired Nigeria, which is a platform, to bring these individuals out there. We have handsome men, we have beautiful men among them. We're bringing them out to the world. Lastly, we'll be having the first ever fashion runway show for people with disability. That is so amazing. I know that already. They've always wanted to show themselves, but there's this tag thing on them. This will be a platform to bring them together. And I must say, fashion is a good way to bring people together. Thank you very much. Please, I remain custodian number 20. And don't forget to vote for this idea. Thank you so much.
Hello, I am Blessings, custodian number 15 of the Father's House Reality TV show. Yes, there is an anomaly I've discovered in the society. I am a woman, and whatever seems to touch a woman affects me so deeply. It pains my heart every day I go out and I see a fellow woman like me, a fellow lady like me, on the street, half naked, looking for money. When you ask, they'll tell you they're looking for money just to make ends meet. A woman will just go about, sell her body just to get money, to make ends meet. And I've come to discover, in the society, you see more of women with children, baby mamas. And I've had time to discuss with some of those baby mamas to ask why, what happened. And from my interaction with some women, some ladies like me, some will tell you, I have no one to help me. So for that reason, I entered into this. I met somebody to help me, and these women are so vulnerable. These ladies are so vulnerable because some of the men out there are just there to take advantage of the fact that they have nothing to do. And as such, it pains my heart to see a woman being idle. It pains my heart to see a woman doing nothing. And because of this, I have come up with a project called Women Education and Empowerment Project called WIP. Now, why WIP? I came up with this project just because I want to help in my own little way salvage the young ladies, salvage women from ignorance. I believe one of the problems of this thing is ignorance. The women are not well equipped. The women are not well empowered. Now, there is a saying that goes, when you empower and educate a woman, you educate a nation. Quote me anywhere. When you empower and educate a woman, you
educate and empower a nation. Now, one of the problems I've discovered and I've highlighted, to solve this problem, WIP, the main aim and objective of WIP is to create a decent job, create decent jobs in a sustainable way for all women across the globe, across Nigeria, the 36 states with the FCT inclusive. And how do I intend to go about this project? Now, I intend going about this project so that by creating a program called Operation Rescue Them Young, rescue them from the interior villages, whereby some people will be organized, some women will be organized, we're going to be organizing seminars, we're going to be organizing programs like skill acquisition, so that a woman, at least an average woman in Nigeria, an average young lady in Nigeria can be equipped at least with one skill. With one skill. If a woman in Nigeria, every woman in Nigeria has one skill, then most of the problem of abject poverty can be reduced. I still remain Blessings, Custodian 015. Vote for me. Follow the show. Follow the program. It is educative, it is entertaining, and it is the spiritual. You can afford to miss out on this program. For you to vote for me properly, for you to follow up properly, follow up the program, vote me. I repeat, vote me, support me, and God will bless you.
Hello, my name is Rose King. I'm Custodian 018. Over the years, we have come to discover the high level of poverty in our society. And so many things, many Nigerians are looking up for a white-collar job. The level of insecurity in the country and all that, people are not financially stable. You are eating from hand to mouth and just to make an ends meet. So that is the problem, so many of it that I have come to identify in our society. And I'm coming up with this project called Training and Empowerment, Financial Empowerment and Stability Project. This project is a project that is aimed at depending on the skill acquisition they have acquired. Thank you. Vote for this project. I remain Rose King, Custodian 018.
Hello, my name is Eunice Yahaya Sambu. I'm Custodian 10. So, over the years in Nigeria, I have seen people, rather let me say recently, there have been a need for more handy men, more skillful men. And I see we have little or less of such people. So this is one of the reasons why this project came to my heart. I intend to do child skill learning. But this time around, I want to take it from the orphans and less privileged. I do that because most of them wouldn't even have people who would sponsor them. People have gone to orphanage, once in a while, occasionally buy books for them, buy biros, give them clothes to eat, and they are gone. And it's done occasionally like that. But when you give them something that is sustainable, you teach them, you train them, teach them to be skillful, to be able to do something with their own hands. But at the end of the day, they are going to be able to generate their own money. And of course, the train continues, they will teach others. So for me, I would want to invest whatever it is that is going to be given to me to early learning. And I'm not talking about books here, I'm talking about vocational learning, learning of skills. I would really, really love to do that because I see this as an eminent need in the society. Once again, my name is Eunice Yahaya Sambo, Custodian 110. Please vote for this project so that we could do this together. We could help less privileged, the orphans, and we should inculcate child or early learning. Thank you.
Hello viewers, this is Valentine, Custodian 019, the Father's House reality TV show. Okay, so it is no news that our nation is seriously bleeding in this season. So many things happening in our country right now: economical decline, the free fall of the naira, insurgency, insecurity, poverty, unemployment, name it, rise in crime and all of that. Our youths are no longer innovative and ingenious. They don't have a future. Our youths are joining gangs, becoming cultists, and engaging in cyber fraud and so many ill vices. If our youths are not positioned well to challenge the status quo and see how to change things, how do we have hope for our country? It's really saddening. And this is why I have developed a project I title Naija Unlimited. Naija Unlimited, just as the name implies, is a musical project without limits that cuts across every sphere of our country, all through the 36 states, seeking to discover, harness, groom, and empower, and also project musical talents from the grassroots level in the entire federation. So in partnership with the government and all the local governments of the federation, we will get these young people from age 25 and below and get them to engage in the musical competition, healthy competition, and narrow them down from the zonal level to the state level and then to the national level. And ultimately, we're going to get about 10 people that we will empower every year, the top 10 out of the 36 states. And this is a project that will be happening every year. Now, as a singer myself, as a musician myself, I grew up without the platform, and I know what it means like to have a gift, a musical gift without expression, because corruption has eaten deep into all of the systems in our country today. And even with your gift, you still need to know someone who knows someone who knows someone. So this project is going to favor us by nurturing the youths, giving their gifts expression, giving them a platform to harness this gift, which will in turn save them from these social vices and turn them from crime and wanting to get involved in the wrong things. At the same time, it's going to develop our economy, socio-economically and socio-culturally. It's going to attract foreign relations, international relations, and foreign investment. Is also going to increase our musical turnover, and it will put us on the global musical map. It's just going to encourage music. At the same time, it's going to imbibe the true values in the minds of our young people, and in turn, they will do the right things, and they will take the destiny of our nation in their hand. So this was, people who are qualified for this project are from the age 25 and below. That's our target. And benefactors range from orphanages, schools, religious organizations, churches, mosques, local villages, even the cities, everybody, the able and disabled. So we're trying to give these youths an expression. I want to plead with you. This is super important, not just to me, but for our nation. We need to save these youths with talent, with their talents, with their music. And there are many of them. Parents, we need to start encouraging music. We need to start encouraging our children to harness this talent. I want to plead with you. I beg, Biko, Bokuna vote this project. I take go beguna. Bokuna vote this project so that we feel winner. Let's get this project up and running. Let's see how we can reach out to this youth. And in turn, let's save our bleeding nation. I know that you're feeling this right now, and I want to beg you, please vote for my project. Custodian 019, Valentine, I'm counting on you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Welcome to the Father's house.
I have a dream that one day these present challenges. I have a dream that one day a new tribe with superior mindset will arise and usher us into a new frontier of true prosperity. Yes, I have a dream that 200 million people will discover their true identity and live like kings and queens that we truly are.
It is more than a dream. It is becoming a reality. The first faith-based reality TV show, The Father's House, will air for 40 days on your favorite TV platforms.
The Father's House reality TV show will see 13 selected Christian youths.
159.
The Father's House reality TV show.
Welcome home, Nigeria. This is more than a dream.
Welcome to the. It does all that beats for you.
So hello everyone, and immorality that cause a lot of sexual addictions, that cause a lot of problems, especially for people that are not married, and even marriages.
So after realizing that is when you now do that, you believe you can like don't have any blah blah blah. Then we start moving. All these things right. So you're about let's try that. You make a mistake. Like you make a mistake. And you know once there's a mistake, you will get. So after the performance, you can speed it up. So that means we face them. That means we face them. Okay, yeah. The way you've been doing it right from here, blessing, we are facing them. Like you know, since they are here, so we face them like this. Enjoy. You're being character. So more like this. This is our backstage. This is where we'll be passing. So this is where you come. Sorry. You know this is where we will be passing. Sorry, no vex. We are just waking up. Watch.
Watch and step on lights for me.
She is endowed with so much resources, so many resources. She is like a land flowing with milk and honey. She is blessed by God Almighty. But now, just take a good look at her. Oh, how are the mighty fallen? Oh, how are the mighty fallen? Who could have believed that a land blessed with so much resources, a land blessed by God Almighty, a land flowing with milk and honey, will end up like this? The people who are involved, they so neglected her.
the bribery, the corruption, ethnicity. What have you has contributed to her demise? Oh, how are the mighty falling? Oh, how are the mighty falling? What a pity. Now they have realized the consequences of their action. But then, I believe there is hope. Oh yes, for there is hope for a tree when it's been called out. For at the spring of water, at the scent of water, it shall spring forth. I believe. Do you believe? Yes. Yes. I said it. There is hope. Woo! A nation is rising. A nation is rising. A nation is rising. Continue.
When she's coming, she will have some things stapled from her body.
Like
yes, problems of corruption and other things. So that was what we are picking and tearing, getting. He thought bribery and corruption.
What was he stealing?
Money.
You stole and still tore.
While he was going, his first act was showing who he is, like, okay, he's into bribery. So coming back, he has realized his mistake. This my act has put my country in that state. So he's getting rid of that. So I will be dressing in my Fulani costume and tearing the tribalism thing and all. Then she's into security and all. Then she'll do our own. So together we are lifting our. So basically the concept is our individual ignorance has kept her in that position, because while we are going, we're watching her, but we don't care. So coming back, we saw her, okay, this country is almost dead. That was when we now started realizing we had to work together to lift our
And then when they wore her a garment.
Yes.
I think
you guys saw when she was actually checking.
Yeah.
You actually saw
Calling for
her.
help. So
now, like pulling off one, she actually jerked. So
like trying to come back to life. So when we raised her up, we wore her in new clothes. We are wearing her a white garment. So
Alright, bring any other question.
Why on a drama? December or drama?
It's
similar.
One thing I'm taking away is it's actually funny you guys casted Rose as a security after the end of her tenure as VOF.
No, casted her before she even became.
No. Casted her.
That's what I'm saying. That is actually funny. It's coincidence.
Warrior. That's true.
Maybe she will carry her sword. Amazing.
So
what was you doing while you were here?
No, she is like a citizen.
Yeah.
You know, she was there watching we in control.
Weeping when the money was being
doing
our
thing.
thing.
So while we are trying to like attend to her, she's like, wow, is this really going to happen? Is our country coming up?
Happening.
You know,
when something bad is going on, I give a very annoying expression. That's like in the beginning when they were trying to, I mean, somewhere towards the end, when they were contemplating how to remove it, I was in doubt, like, they can't do. When they remove, I've been in shock.
Right.
Just
well done.
Go washing her now. Most regret now.
the same go here. When you say it, you move body anyhow.
I swear to God, I agree. So I was like,
You guys really do.
I don't know who are the okay, start big.
People did very good. I was feeling it in my face like this. No, seriously, it was going.
I think
we didn't put I heard.
Surprise, I didn't start this.
Well, I like the fact that they didn't talk about it. This was fun.
This way. That was it. We fed them.
That's a tradition.
Adjust your pregnancy.
So adjust your pregnancy.
Oh, it's pillow.
Just do it. Now why they reach me? Why they touch her?
It be like go have
no, she was going to like next week. Belly don't come down.
Hey, you don't come down. Yeah.
Well, if you don't begin like that, like this.
Pastor said you became. Pastor said you became like dwarf.
Like dwarf.
See, just act. You don't see how we self be. We just do. There was no action. These people don't carry. They don't finish
Actually, most fashion brands, they do it with the dark vibe. But when you want, okay, you get too close, so you're supposed to be able to change. Oh, no, the things that I say doesn't need to
Welcome to the land of grain, a land filled with despair, a land filled with sorrow and anguish.
Oh my God! We are caught in dire straits in this nation. What sort of shenanigans do we have in this land? I mean, when has humanity taken its back stake in this nation? Taking the back seat. All sorts of incessant killings. Our youth now are picking all sorts of vices. Poverty at highest peak. Educational moral decadence. Totally bad. Imagine, how did we get here? As a nation from the beginning, we agreed to dynamite this nation to progress.
Professor! Professor, my friend! What thing happened again, Professor?
Please spare my thoughts. Good afternoon, young man. Please spare my thoughts.
Professor.
Please spare me my thoughts. Aren't you seeing the current event in this nation?
Professor, it's really now. Things bad.
Aren't you bitter about it?
Hey, I'm bitter about...
It's so disheartening. Excruciating at the IP.
Professor, hope day. Hope day.
Oh, my young man. Are you trying to motivate me? Do you know when since I've seen the epochal moments of this nation?
English, despite English! You too go school.
No.
This thing, you too go.
How do you mean? Are you insulting my intellectual
Professor, calm down. Don't be waiting at me. I just mean
my BSc masters, doctorate degree.
You get MBA, NCE,
No,
NC.
please.
See, Professor, you get them. Wait till you they talk, eh? What I'm saying, Professor, you know, say from there you don't be study they come, Wait till you don't see from book, they different. But see, Professor, me and they see different things. You get waiting I want show you.
See,
hope day if you go free.
This is the usual story.
No, Professor, this is unusual. It's unusual. Come, make I show you. If next time, Professor, no believe me, you know how they give you some things, make you read. This time, I want to show you.
Young man.
There's hope.
Young man.
Follow me, man.
I hope what you want to tell me is quite different from what I've always seen.
You go see
because I hope it will be worth it. Or else you wouldn't like what I'll give back to you.
Prof, get us this country. Things been changed. Things been changed. So small.
The seed for newness has been planted. The search for hope is on. A generation shall rise to deliver green light into our bright perpetuals. The cry for hope has begun, and the earth is waiting for suns to arise. And here comes a generation, one filled with answers. Here comes a generation. Hope is coming, behold. Here comes a generation. Maybe they would come with the answer we've been waiting for. Maybe, just maybe.
Hey! Club all set tonight. Check! Pepe! See booty. Oh my God! Shaggy! I enter DM shopping. Hey, you don't set. Omo, she don't respond. Hey,
the nation we've been waiting for.
Tonight,
apparently is filled with ignorance. Apparently is lacking the answer we've been crying out for. What then will be the fate of Green Nation? What then will be the fate of a nation crying so hard for souls to listen to our beckoning? What then will be the hope of Green Nation? Oh no. Lo and behold, they are filled with ignorance. Who then will deliver Green Nation from pain and destruction? Who then will bring her out of the backgrounds of pain? Who then will hear her cry? Who then will see the pain she's going through? Who would see the struggle? Who will see the backgrounds of the spirit? Wait. There is hope for Green Nation. I can indeed they have eyes to see the pains of the Spirit. Maybe indeed they have ears like the sons of Issachar. Maybe they are like
defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day will shine like the sun. What a great nation.
Please ask your questions if you're not clear. You should say dramatic actions you say.
That was amazing. Now I understand why somebody saying it's quite similar. Yeah, the concept is very similar. But I'm trying to understand our own character. Yeah, that's like who exactly, like what was that character depicting exactly?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so basically Blessing is Nigeria. And we talked about the fact that a new nation is rising, the pregnancy she's carrying. But unfortunately, currently, the situation of Nigeria is that it is in bedpans. Answers are meant to come out of Nigeria for our challenges to be solved. But unfortunately, the current people that are in the nation are ignorant of the solution and the power embedded in them. So they are very, very blind, and they do not understand the magnitude effect of what their nation is carrying. They don't even understand the times and season they are in, because as much as she's pregnant, you could see that she's wanting to deliver. So she's not just pregnant with Answer, she has actually reached the peak of her delivery period, which is why you see this called the sons of Issachar. This is the sons of perdition, and these are scriptural actually and prophetic. The sons of Issachar are the sons that understand the times and season. They know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. But unfortunately, the sons of perdition, they have no understanding. They say they have blinded their ears. They could not hear. They see, but they could not understand. So he came in and saw her, crying so hard. Unfortunately, he has been blinded with the God of this age. So we basically depicted what is currently happening in Nigeria.
I perfectly understand. Like all this part. Okay, let me put my question in this context. She's Nigeria already, going through those pain and all that. So now she's betting solution, right? Or she's betting a new nation.
A new
That's
nation.
the part I'm trying to.
Don't worry.
A new nation is coming out of her.
So the same way we said, God Professor has said a new Nigeria is birthing. It doesn't mean a different Nigeria is coming forth. It means a new breed,
something new,
something different, something unconventional, something that had not been seen. An enigma is being birthed out of the existing one, because she is still the same one that has the potentials, the power, and the capacity to birth these things. But because of the current people in her that are ignorant, she has not been able to birth this thing for. So what literally just happened there is a birthing for process of all the answers that she has been carrying.
I have a question. Okay. Are you clear? I have two questions. Number one, the Bible said the book of this scripture, Genesis 12, it said, I know the source of Issachar, they have understanding of times and of season. But now I want to ask a question. How does it apply to the Muslim? Because Nigeria coming together from Muslim and we're coming from Christian. If we picture it just for the Christian, I think, how do we balance it? How do your drama? Well, I'm not there done. How can your drama, because I was looking at the source of Issachar, I was looking at the source of something the other side. Because we're talking about Nigeria here now. We're talking about tropping, nepotism, tribalism, ethnicity, and all those things. So, focusing on one side, how do your drama tends to balance it? That's my first question. The number two question is the first comatose sin. How did, because I was expecting, I was expecting, there was a time he said, come, there's a hope. So I was not expecting the next, I was waiting to sin again, probably to appear, or maybe I wanted to know, so how did that first sin merge into this? So these are the two questions.
Okay, I'll start from the very first one. He said, how does the song of Issachar balance the Christian and the Muslim? If you check the Bible very well, traditional worshippers, all of these things, they didn't say the song of Issachar are Christian or not. Right? Can we all establish the fact? They're only talking about tribe, the 12 tribe in the land. Tribe of Dan, Naphtali, all those 12 tribes, basically. So they particularly say it is one particular people that only are awakening, that discerning, they are willing, they are putting all their effort, and it doesn't necessarily negate the effort of all of these other people. Because if you see, they still say they all went to war together. It just means they, like for example, let's say particular people know the answer, and we all come together to solve the problem. Do you understand that? Now you talk about
I think it's particular about
the
exactly.
In
my own opinion, I would feel if we can try to balance, where it's coming from is, you know this thing because you're a Christian.
Yes.
You don't.
And time of
somebody that is not watching
the intercession.
So if we can come up with another person,
there's a church
that will defeat
we
the
have
other
different tribes. We have tribe of Zebulun, tribe of Joseph, tribe of Issachar, and I work with the tribe of Issachar more than other tribes because that is the intercessory aspect of that focus ministry is intercessory. So that's what I was trying to ask you, how can you balance this Issachar to a traditional worshipper, to a Muslim person? Because they're not talking about Christian, they're talking about Nigeria as a whole. So that was where I wanted to go straight.
You didn't allow me, man, but I'm so grateful you already said something I was going to point out, which is why I started talking about the 12 different tribes. Understood? So if you look at Nigeria, we have several tribes. Basically almost the same thing there. So coming from your point of view, what we are going to do is just to match those tribes in different form through their attire. Do you understand? So say Yoruba is dressed like Yoruba, this person, and because now we already have more manpower and more castes, if by adventure this drama is the one we want to do, you all will represent that tribe. Is that understood now?
And are we all going to help our deliver?
If you're representing
Sons
that
of
tribe,
Issachar, work on your delivery. Before you kill
I
Nigeria.
when a doctor is delivering, the doctor has his midwives, right? Does it mean the doctor is the only one delivering? But the doctor is the only one touching the whole process. So that's just...
No, it cannot be.
Okay, so the
like what I'm saying is, the way this person has a tag, let us have somebody else with a tag
yes,
on them, so that it be what we are preaching, like collective effort.
Yes, but still all of them cannot be the ones to be pressing the woman.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
let them keep raising.
What's the second question?
No, you want to talk about this one.
They are still raising.
So we want to talk about this question.
To solve this,
because I understand where you guys are coming from. To solve this, you're talking about, let's not look at it from the scope of only one faith.
Yes.
Because Nigeria is diverse. Okay. So if this is the one that will be used to solve that, since we have more castes, we may change the names from Sons of Issachar and Sons of Perdition and use the concept of the white party of talking about the problems of Nigeria. Corruption, greed, nepotism, religion. So one person will go Christian, one person will go Christian, avoid. Another person will go Muslim, avoid. Another person will go herbalist, avoid. Corruption, avoid. All of them just be going until something that can actually bind us in this country together, which is unity or peace.
Another thing that like comatose part, I feel you would have stayed.
Can we stop calling him comatose?
Professor. I feel you would have stayed closer since you were going to show him something. You shouldn't have gone backstage. You should be looking at what is happening. Because you are trying to.
No, she has not explained. Let her explain.
So you just let her understand. No, let her continue. That's
Okay, let me take this one. He's a concerned citizen of the nation who's disturbed about the state of the nation and is clamoring is confused, is in a confused state. In his confused state, that is happening absent-minded. He's absent-minded of what is happening. He's unaware. He can't see it. He doesn't know. So the person who comes in is taking him. The person who comes in has seen the revelation, knows what is happening, knows Nigeria is pregnant and about to deliver. So the person came to take him to where it's actually show him.
That's, I get what she's saying. Because from what they used to live from what they used to live, what they used to live in line was, let me show you. So we have to actually see him seeing this. That's the idea of him being No, but at the end we didn't see him. He was at the back talking. He was being blocked. We didn't see his sin again. I noticed he was starting. I noticed it, but he was behind. He wasn't being seen.
And I think that's why we're saying you shouldn't tilt to the religious side. Revelation and
It
all
is
of
not
that.
Can I answer a question on a realistic note? This is a daily reality of a process of what is happening being played out. It is not going to be in the everyday picture of what is happening. Do you understand? One. Two, wait. Two, what a scene where do you understand? So it is not basically in the scene. It is just like, how do I explain it now? It's only this other person is only showing me what is happening.
To solve that, I feel what we need to do not stay. No. That last
line exactly
left us in despair. It feels like he has a solution. That he wants to show him. Which I do not
understand. That is the point.
Figure it out yourself.
Now, what we are trying to do. You know why we are saying it? Because we viewed it.
They are trying to understand.
We are trying to understand something.
From their own perspective.
From
No. We are just trying to reach a compromise.
These are the viewers. They're not
from what we saw. You get.
Immediately you get. It shows like him. He is somebody maybe disturbed and all that, and he has tried some stuff. You are certain like, okay, you have something you want to show.
Something new is happening.
Yes. So it feels like you know a process.
Yeah, and you're going to take him there.
You want to take him there already. So if you will do it that way, hold on.
Prophetically, he came back when she was better.
And pointing there.
He came back. He came back because you guys are looking at him. He came back. That's what I was about to say. Like, you should be here. I said, "Sure, you see what I was showing you." As the delivery came back. They didn't see that.
The second scene at the ending. The second scene at the ending. The second scene. Ayo.
We know it's drama. You don't have to.
The second scene at the ending.
I didn't even see that.
He came. It was gesticulation in the second scene. That's the final scene. When the song was already going on. So he came in and this is what I wanted to show you. So it was no words but gesticulation. But the problem here that made it not show too much is because it was not dramatized too much. The drama was not really clear. So, like she said something about him being
I think what I hear during the delivery process.
Let's listen.
Okay.
The idea is, from a professional point of view, there is what we call verisimilitude. Verisimilitude is the ability of a character to interpret believability. The ability of a character to interpret believability. Just like what I was telling Ifunanya. If the character you are showing that particular scene, okay, if you are showing a dramatic character that particular scene, then the dramatic character has to be there to see that scene. Except you are using a narrator who is talking to the audience and telling them, let me show you. Okay. The narrator was not even seen. She's more like a voiceover. She wasn't part of the drama. She's not a character in the play. So if you're using a narrator who is telling the audience, let me show you, that one is fine. The dramatic character wouldn't have to be present to see. The audience, you are the one you're showing. But as long as this drama is concerned, you're not even showing the other. You're showing this man that left. Are we getting it? It is this man that left, although you're communicating to the audience, definitely. But it is this man that left that you are showing that particular scene. And for him to come outside after the scene had finished to see what he was shown, dramatically, it's not believable. Do we understand? What we would have done is, let me show you, like I told her, you take him to one part of the stage where they will be visible to the audience that this is what I am showing you. So by the time, and from the beginning of the drama, she is not even supposed to come in first. Because you have already started the process before he came. So if you are showing him what this person has started already, even in his absence, it doesn't make sense. So you bring in that scene, she wouldn't come in first. Two of you would be the first person that will do. After that, you go and say, let me show you. She comes in. You will not show the process of this woman who is pregnant with a new Nigeria and how people have been ignoring her, rather than beginning the process before he comes in. So he definitely must have missed from what was happening initially. So that is what we will have to work on. If we, for believability's sake, so that the audience could get what we are doing. And the audience we are talking about is not just the father of faith coming. It's not just the father of faith coming. The father of faith too, to some extent, he might not understand some things, but the audience will understand. And this one is not like he's the one that will judge who is taking first, who is taking second. So the audience who are not the invisible audience, who are not present, or our audience who are not live now, would understand what we are trying to depict, the message we are trying to pass across. So me, I don't think there is need for too much argument. What we need to do now is, we have done the two drama. If there is need for us to blend, let's blend these dramas together and see what we can do. If there is no need, maybe we are to pick one of them. Let's discuss, and please let's make it not argumentative.
Please, I have a post. I want to say something. Okay, before I say let's go say my places. I don't want to say something coming from the platform or as a viewer and not as a custodian David. Now let me say something also. What is being passed across here, to me, it looks like more of a Christian drama. Even as much as we know that this is a faith-based reality. But talking about a nation is rising, everybody must be carried out along. Like also in that place of son of Issachar we have dealt with. Also I saw another one called the son of perdition. One, from what I'm saying as a viewer, and if I was on the other side, it's not even unbeliever if I'm on the other side. I won't see a place whereby I am being carried what? Along. Based on, number one, the words I'm hearing. Son of perdition also is from the Bible. And aside from being son of perdition, being from the Bible, also there are some certain words that also I heard from the character that acted son of perdition. I heard about Big Bom Bom, so certain things. I think I heard that let's go clubbing. And from my own point, from the other side, which is not a Christian, the other side, I might not really see, even though I know they have a moral platform there. Even let's even go to the unbelievers now. I might not really see 100% if actually that is seen as a big serious issue to the nation arising. Because I know outside USA, outside there, all these things are part of what is making nation go. People go for nightclubs. Some of them go as at cost. I'm telling you different things. So this particular act, if we're going to use it, like we keep saying, if we're going to use it, we're going to try and diversify it, not just make it only a Christian, because it's not only a Christian that is carrying. We're talking about a nation. We have a lot of religious different platforms in Nigeria, so we have to be real, not just make it only spiritual. Because if you are as a Muslim or unbeliever, we say the church people have come again with that, because this is not like a church drama. From the message you passed across, which was awesome, we are talking about what a new nation here. Everybody must be carried behind. As if it was, let me say something like one Zobia, that one self can even go a little bit more strength, more impactful than even what was out there. I'm a man of the scripture. When I saw this, I said Issachar, 1 Chronicles chapter 12. When I saw some of perdition, I knew about this one. They're talking about the source of perdition. So you see, so that is what I have to say from the viewer mentality.
The drama is a very wonderful one, and I am confused about something. Now she is representing Nigeria, and then bringing forth a new Nigeria, or she bringing forth a different Nigeria. Yes, the nation, is it different from the Nigeria that you represent?
It's not different.
So I'm looking at, okay, she person fought a new Nigeria, and the old Nigeria is still alive.
That's actually true.
Yes, because she better fought a new Nigeria,
She
and
should
the
actually
new
exist.
Nigeria is still there. So I don't know how to explain this professionally.
You cannot. A nation is not supposed to be barren. A nation is supposed to be
from a
fruitful.
different perspective.
Okay.
She's coming from actually a different angle.
Wait. Continue what you're saying. Continue.
That's why I'm not talking about a Nigeria that is
The fruitful thing.
a Nigeria that is fertile, a Nigeria that is productive. You get
Okay, well, let me just briefly take this one. The fact that Nigeria is in this state today does not mean Nigeria does not have what it takes to actually be productive. As a matter of fact, Nigeria is on the verge of being productive, but for the blindness and negligence of
They are not seeing
the fruitfulness, how potent. They are not seeing the potential until there's awakeness, until the consciousness is awake. It's inside Nigeria. Until it is now awakened. It is the awakeness that brings out the new Nigeria, the potential of Nigeria. Though the old Nigeria does not need to die. It is the solution made of the new Nigeria. The transformation of Nigeria.
I think I understand where she's coming from. If I want to be sure of what I'm saying now, if we are saying, like from what you said, Nigeria, it doesn't mean that Nigeria is not productive. She has to birth new solutions, and her birthing fruit is different from her birthing a new person. If you are growing a plantain tree, for example, when the plantain tree comes up, the old one dies off for a new one to come. Wait, I want to get now. I'm trying to get something. I'm trying to get something because I'm trying to get what she's trying to say, which I understand. There's different from producing fruit and producing something completely new. They are different actually. A plantain tree grows up and brings out plantains. It's producing fruit. And then when a new one comes up, the old one dies for the new one to emerge completely and you see a new thing. So if the concept is okay, it's very, very good. I think the idea is, I don't know how to play it. Maybe saying it's a new nation
Instead, it seems like she should be the one transforming to the new nation. But for her to hold a new nation, and she's still being there, it's not because Nigeria has to die for anyone to come, but it's the concepts aligning or something.
Like, can I answer you? I'll come from the agricultural aspect. First of all, the fact that a fruit is bearing for another one does not mean the old one that is there is dying. It's still the same seed planted in the ground that's producing fruit. Secondly, if you've been hearing what we've been saying, she's not betting. It's like, I don't know, maybe you're still like a mother betting a child, right? She's betting answers. It is still the same Nigeria that will carry their answers. So this thing is literally not a baby. Now we now name a new nation.
Everything is a picture. Everything is figurative. He's dancing. He's talking about moving. Everything is figurative. What are you really talking about?
Did you see that that politician was now saying this is the new result. This is the answer. This is the answer.
The dance there represent negligence
and lackadaisical attitude
and
distraction.
What do you call them for this thing? Apolitical people that are apolitical, they don't care about
they really don't have any concern. So the fact that you can say, okay, baby, and name this name to the
So he depicts a youth who is carried away with all the distractions and doesn't care about whether a nation is rising or a nation is not dead.
So even if you tell them come and vote, all of those things, they don't care.
Okay, so I think the issue now is we on the viewing side do not actually get those things. And you don't have the opportunity to explain to the viewers outside. So if, yes, that's the problem now. We had no idea all these things you are putting inside expedition and we had no idea.
Which is
why let the narrator do more work.
Exactly.
I agree with that as well.
That's what I was
Which
saying.
is why I also brought
that when she was explaining the part of the solution, Nigeria solution, Nigeria is still the one carrying it. So let there be emphasis.
I agree with that because I think the narration was more of scriptures and also to balance it so that you can pass the message across. Then also that was why I brought in the aspect of the white party concept earlier on. Mind you, we are not creating a new one. We are trying to modify, and if there's a possibility, blend. So that white party concept of corruption, nepotism, religion, all of that, it can still work for that very sin to pass the message across and make sure everyone gets it correctly. So it depends on what we are doing at the end of the day. If we are going the white party lane and modifying, or we're looking just how to merge maybe one or two scenes together or whatever.
I would say we merge personally.
This is what I feel. I suppose that after the first scene of the Green Party, they said the particular scene of the White Party should be utilized as second scene, where somebody will lie down and there will be all those tags. Then different persons will come and remove. Then the final scene will be where we'll gather together. Rather than doing all those dance and all of that, we use it to do the music.
So what happens to the baby and the Nigerian?
No, that's why I said we'll use your scene. You know, we're making scenes.
Okay, so we'll remove the pregnancy.
Then we'll take the first scene of our own drama,
and
which is the professor. Second scene, then we'll use our own final scene.
Like they don't understand.
The professor, let me explain it now.
Making it four scenes.
No, it's three scenes. Now, where she's going to fall on the floor, and then you guys will pass. Pass, and then you neglect everything that's happening, and then come back, and then see your mistakes, and then picking her up will be the second scene. Then the last scene, which is the third scene, will be where everybody will now line up and now sing that song.
Okay, but we should be picked up with it.
She's not there.
Okay. That's small guy. Okay.
That's the idea.
So, professor will only come and watch them pick her up. Not like she will join. Not like he will join.
No, professor will come to complain and create. It's just create the problem.
It's just somebody who
highlighting the problems to the audience that see what
bribery, corruption, this, and they'll see the tags on.
And then the hopeful man, the faithful man will come and say, a solution is here. Hope is here.
Do you understand
come, let me show
Because
you.
if he say, come, let me show you, and then he's still coming back to see the whole corruption thing again. And then,
Then
and
we are
then-
forgetting.
wait,
Wait,
can
we
I
are
ask a
forgetting
question?
something. What about the narrator?
Can I ask a
Because-
question? Can I ask a question? The part where you guys are wearing a new robe too, the white robe, Abi,
It's a resurrected Nigeria, should be.
is
I mean, a new one.
a new Nigeria.
A new nation, right?
So we are trying to say that all the past things are just fall off.
Are falling off.
And then she's
We have
now
dropped them now.
And then there is a change of mentality at that drama, because you could see from their mind, they did a mind there where he was reluctant to get those things off the Nigerian, but he was motivated by one of them and said, come, let's do this, we can do this together.
You guys didn't have a narrator, so we couldn't understand that.
The Nigerian.
We are going to
Hold on. Let me narrator.
He was one talking.
I legit didn't hear him.
You went upstairs to get. You went upstairs to get.
It wasn't my fault actually. Did you hear?
You carried away by.
He was narrating, but he didn't narrate.
He wasn't narrating the scene.
It wasn't. Do you understand? It was telling
more like
us.
explaining.
Yeah, we are
Yes,
trying to
was
do
explaining.
something.
You had to understand. The thing is, we didn't go upstairs to pick all the stag and all that. I'm sure you people will be wondering when we are doing like this. That's why assuming we had done our
those tags are there.
we are removing it and tearing it.
Did Nigeria die or he just fainted?
No, he didn't die. He didn't die. It was just when somebody tapped, like he just weighed down comatose.
So your own concept is that once they remove their mentality,
It's not just the mentality.
Take
corruption,
and we join hands together.
ethnicity, nepotism.
A new Nigeria can come up.
Yes.
It's also carry security. You saw security there.
Yes.
In the new Nigeria, instead of just white, can some things be inscribed on it? Some things we hope to see in the new Nigeria?
Because as much as I say it's scriptural too, our very white to me also look prophetic. I'm not trying to attack it. That's why I'm trying to ask, like, the whiteness and all of that, what does it really signify? Can we just do something whereby the narrator actually explain that part?
Okay, before you say something, wait. We can also say if they put out the white or not. I think we have this gold something that has green, white, green there. It can also be used to put on as a sign of royalty, restoring back the green and the white and the green. If it's not even possible, we can even somebody will just hold this at the default and then finally give it to her to hold it. This
I don't see the white. I don't see the white. The white is not a problem. I see white to anybody because it means plain new. Person that we can now put whatever we want to put on it. In writing the
Exodus chapter 9 verse 8, let that garment be white.
That is what she's attacking.
Every somebody wears white, you know what spirit. Everybody.
It doesn't really
Let's go with the real white skin bros. Let's go with the real white skin bros.
Yes, fine.
Because of green, white,
we have a narrator. Wearing down white now.
Can it be a
when points are coming out, let's hear to this.
But because we're always trying to see.
Let's hear
when
to
you guys
this.
were talking right now.
Guys, we are not attacking each other.
We're only trying to form the new
Professionally scrutinize and criticize.
What things should
That's why I say you should know.
the economy, some all those nice things. So when we're already wearing the president, those things are already there.
The Nigerian or the character of Nigeria. Why can't we write just like we wrote insecurity,
Nepotism. Exactly what I'm
Why
saying.
can't we write peace?
Exactly what I'm saying.
Is that not the same thing that we?
On the white side.
It has already been written. Everybody understand that why we only wrote it.
They will just think it's example. And better can come out of the two.
That's the same thing we've been saying. Like the point where we try to bring out. That's what I bring out. When argument is coming on, when the point is being raised, first thing first, calm down, listen. Like what he did, he narrated and explained. I'm okay with whatever he said because he's a professional in that field and he explained it quite well. What we need is just to put ourselves halfway. You don't assume that everybody
from my understanding
this thing. So this inscription, this last one is fine.
From my understanding, the bulk of this drama is going to be on narrative.
Simple.
And I think we should try as much as possible to avoid talking.
Let's try to avoid it entirely.
Talking
in the drama.
Leave every talking.
If possible.
Both drama did not have any character talking, it's just the narrator, right?
No,
that's the only one. Apart from that one.
Yeah, I don't think there's
any
any
observation.
The two major things you guys criticized are the aspects where they spoke. Yeah, they spoke.
No, they were talking about that. They didn't show that issue.
No.
It was
That last line left us expecting.
He said something that linked you to being expected.
Exactly.
Yeah. If the narrator had said something, you would just have been quiet.
Yes, exactly.
You understand? That's why I'm saying that the bulk of this will be on the narrator. I'm not trying to say we should take out his talking part. We can modify it.
I like that.
But let's allow the narrator do the bulk of the talking.
More of the talking.
Yes. Let's just go and act our scene.
No. Those people can marry now.
So how are we solving the problem of the Nigerian problems? Because now how many problems are we depicting? It will determine the cast we need for that particular scene. How many people are working and
Limited cast. Because we have a limited cast. That's why, like, one person will merge insecurity and the other one.
Funny enough, all of we don't have to act.
Everybody don't need to act.
We don't have limited. At least they've established 3 already. We can add like 2.
Two other problems are
major problems that we have in this country.
The people who already have roles can still maintain their roles. No matter
Add
what
them, some should be added.
Maybe we can add 1 or 2 extra.
Like that police can be 2 with 2 condo.
No, they don't have to be 2. Let's pick another problem entirely. Insecurity has been established. Let's look for another problem.
That's all. We have bribery and corruption, electricity and
if we really want to do it,
insecurity. What else?
Nigeria's problem is more than 50.
That place is
major. Let's take major first. And from underneath that major, now the children do some.
Okay, who is corruption?
Disunity. What about disunity?
Who is insecurity? Rose. Who is bribery? Tribalism. Okay, tribalism is the same thing as ethnicity. Okay, then religion. What about religion? Religion. Okay, so that's the new one. Religion. Okay, then moral decadence. Moral decadence.
You go take that one.
Moral decadence, educational decadence. Let them put as decadence.
Decadence. One person will take that.
Okay, better.
Let's
be taking Let's be taking
So we have added religion and decadence.
Yes.
Okay, what else again? When I think there are plenty of.
Sorry, do we have time limit for this drama?
10 minutes.
Time limit.
Did they give us
Maybe 5
time?
minutes.
I want to know so that we don't go too much.
No, go put everything was explained. One of them will get chance.
Let's work between 3 to 5.
5 minutes. Make it look long. It's not long.
Maybe it's 5 minutes at most.
You're not supposed to.
So we have 5 problems
this
now.
thing will be
We'll be able to have 3 or 4 scenes in 5 minutes.
It was short. We saw it.
It's short. Both dramas are short. Very short.
Even if you merge it,
it's still short. Still short. Because not just the same scene. We took out some scenes in the other one and the other one. So it's very short.
The
crime. What about crime? Adbury Way, something.
He did. That one did. Crime, yeah. It should be there.
We've not added that.
Since we already know the decadence, it's not captured the decadence. We we can just have maybe two characters on the, maybe one will be doing something, and the other is doing another part around the room.
Is there a way we can synchronize these two dramas and present the final scene of the final?
That's what we're doing now.
That's what we're doing. Everybody, we go make and declare. Okay, let's get it going.
So after that scene, then what's the next scene?
Okay, so after that scene where we have established 5 problems now. 5 problems. They already pasted on screen, right?
Yes.
So they take them one by one and
tear them.
And then the new rope comes on it.
Can we have one?
And the new rope is already established, already has inscribed prints of peace, unity, progress, all those things. And then the song comes in. That's all. Yeah. There's nothing else extra to add. That's all. But now, how do we go back to you guys' question from the beginning? Because
which is the observation
the professor and the faithful person. So are they coming in before the song starts to say, okay, I've seen this thing? Or how are they coming back in? The professor and the faithful citizen at the end of the scene, because he wants to go and show him the new Nigeria, the hope. So
are we still observing?
When they come back in at the end, are they observing before music starts, or how are they coming back in exactly to establish that, okay, I have seen and I'm hopeful and I'm happy?
No, hold on.
Okay, you want to talk? Okay, so I think this is another transition now into this now. Going to the second scene, yeah? They are already in. And then he's actually narrating or something. Already, they are already traveling. They are already mind traveling to that scene. Yes. You get? So already they are already going out of the stage and coming back after the whole characters are already acting. You get? When he's now there, that's when they are now coming back from wherever they are coming from. When this person is now tearing, he will now be like the same thing that she was doing. Now he will be like, this is actually possible. This is actually possible. Then after that, he's going to now be rejoicing as everybody comes up stage to sing, and then he joins to sing.
So he will watch the process of the whole removal, and you understand that, okay, this is what's needed to write, not just.
There's two processes why she was lying
there. Yeah, that's why I understand what he's saying. Like, that's why I said they are already going.
Okay.
They are already going, and then they are acting already, like they are going. Yeah? And then he's coming back to stage when they are coming back from work or everywhere.
So
when they are already,
so you are bringing them to the same.
That's bringing.
Okay, so I want us to spell that out because there's already two scenes in one. Why she's lying down there?
So that's actually
just exactly the way he said. When you get there should be when she's there already. Like she shouldn't start the scene from when they were having the conversation. So when you guys leave the scene, the next scene is those trying to fix. So then you come in, watch. Then you'll be showing in and see this is.
Yeah, I get this.
That's just
okay. All right.
Speaking, I was just thinking. I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, yeah, let us see. Let us hear what you're thinking about.
Okay, what he said was that after our first scene, while I tried to calm the professor down first and then take him out, we'll be coming in. You know, the first time she's lying down is with those tags, corruptions, negative inscriptions, and then so we are coming back almost immediately when they are already at work, removing it, saying, okay, we are done with this.
Because what he actually said was there is like already
there is a whole
process.
I told him there's a
process going on.
So we are coming to see the process. So I'm bringing the professor in now to watch that. Actually, Nigerians are repairing Nigeria themselves. So we stand here and he is like, oh, it's possible. They are removed. This person returned the money he stole. The other one is taking corruption and injustice. It's like, okay, nobody. I just hide in. So that's what he's saying. I think that's.
So what do you think?
He entered and you say, I mean, not the head almost 15 times in 1 second.
The narrator will have to get every acting and every scene.
He will be here.
Now God will convey the message very loud.
He will be here. He will be behind. So he will be able to.
Trust God who can do that.
Why are you trusting God?
He's been
Trust gospel.
Okay. I thought he said
He's been
trust God. We
thinking,
can
so
do it.
please think aloud. Let us hear you. There's a tear of
What I'm trying to do is not to complicate the plot of the drama. So I just feel there is a way we'll be complicating the drama to bring narrator and bring their scene. It's either we use their scene or we use narrator.
Come again. I get it, but I want you to settle.
You want to re-get it?
Okay.
Okay. I think this is what I suggest. Before you finish, I understand it. Our first part, there's no need you narrating. But our second part, everything we are doing is going to be gestures. Because it's happy scene. You're like, no talk. So that's where your narrating starts from. He's going to see. Now you begin to tell people. So now he is seeing possibilities.
Yes, the first scene is explicit.
The first scene, we can talk, but once we are off, we are coming back without talking.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what.
Yes, you're not leaving the stage.
Oh, we are not
leaving the stage. Because it's the same thing that now chose
the way all those people doing the corruption team went and they are like still on the stage board doing their own, like in their office doing their things and
you know why it looks like we need to leave a second is because if he's there, he's already aggravated. He will see problem. He will agitate again. Like
see what I'm talking about. See how they are passing and they are not doing.
Remember, he already forewarned me that if this thing is not worth it, I might break your head. You know, so that's I don't know, but you are a professional, so you know how to fuse this now.
Cool man.
I don't know how it will work. If it's just a few seconds, then we'll walk back. Okay. By then, they would have been repairing Nigeria. Yeah. Because all he
they
needs
will have
to
to
see.
leave. Because you know, it will take a process for everybody leaving to work first and focus and come back.
It will distract.
Let's try as much as possible to at most 2 scenes.
Now, right?
Two scenes per scenes. I don't know how to explain. When we have too many people, it's distracting. I'm telling you, some people are seeing, some people are here.
You could distract, you're not going to understand.
Okay, why are they standing? Okay. So let's try and minimize the stage.
Exactly.
They will even have to.
So that means they have to sleep.
If you remember during stage plays, there's usually the spotlight on the main scene.
Yes.
You get. So let's
They will have to
think that concept.
Remember, once they leave, that is when we show that businessman pass without doing anything. This one pass. So once they are all done, ignoring that and everything, that's when he comes in
and
see the solution.
So they will have to wait a little for
because if he sees the problem again, now my head and
characters will pause
so that he won't keep.
So I think we should give them a name. Let's give them a name. So what would the narrator say when they are coming back?
Do they really need a name?
Okay, what would the audience say they are?
They are.
We already know this is a spectator or in Nigeria.
No, he's a complainer.
Professor, you call him Professor Complainer.
Just the way we are all complaining in Nigeria.
We can use a name that is fine. It's fine. Maybe Professor
Let's
Complain
not assume
or
that they won't
complaining
create
Professor or whatever.
It's easier to understand.
Yeah.
Who would the audience say? Who are these two guys? Okay, he has complained. He's coming back. Who will he be?
Lamentation.
Professor Nebu.
Actually, anyways,
that's fine.
That is putting comic to it.
I really don't think
Professor Nebu.
I've watched a drama whereby they did something like this in the first scene, whereby the person said, "Come, let me show you," and the person carried him and stood by them, and we all knew that he is trying to show him the process of what is going on. So in my opinion, them seeing them is just saying that, oh, he's showing them.
Okay, so
I don't think the
narrator
name is
will not
needed.
capture what they are.
I don't think so. The narrator
No,
is
it's just to capture them with, okay, they are saying it. He's showing him. Not necessarily, Shola is showing. He looks.
Yeah, I actually understand what you mean. Now, the thing is,
Most of people for all of us this.
They are now like the citizens, like
Is that not a name?
Yes,
It's a concerned citizen.
His narration now is not going to be narration per se. It's just going to be their talk, like their mouthpiece of the own characters. You get, because we are just going to act. We are not going to say a word. You get, so him now is actually explaining what is going on. Get what is going on, and then they now are now the citizens are now like they are like pre-narrators. You understand? Because they actually came on stage first before the narration started. You understand that kind of this thing?
We are miming what
yeah. So at the end of everything, he's not going to even at the end of everything, a nation is rising. He's not going to. Already they are actually acting what they are acting there. They are not going to say a word. He's going to just skip the fact that these guys were even part of the drama all. But then they are already giving this action that yes, so we are part of this drama already. But him is not going to include them. Do you understand?
Yet we cannot bring in people twice and we don't know who they are.
True talk.
I'm telling you that the viewers will be wondering.
He can actually say citizens.
Twice. We started it. They are coming back to observe who are they. So that's what I'm saying. We already know who they are. From a neutral perspective, who are they? So let's give them a tag, if possible, a tag. Or the narrator will mention that this people or this man or this person and his client say something representing
one is a professor,
it must be
one
there.
is
That is it.
Remember
this was exactly what you guys criticized the boss. They didn't tell who they are. They just let the narrator share it. These are concerned citizens. Let him just establish.
That's the point I'm trying to bring out. He should just establish whatever name he chooses to use. It's fine. But let that place be.
Sorry, VOF, when is the father coming? That's next tomorrow. Okay. We go around this.
I just
we
have seen everything. We don't see everything.
But let's just have it together now. I was even thinking it's tomorrow. One last thing that we don't talk about.
The last part.
What song are we singing? Wait, that song. Both drama had two songs. In the beginning, it sounded like Timi Dakolo, right?
Yeah, that's Timi Dakolo. It's not some.
We didn't have time to even learn the song. I was supposed to sing it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the song.
The land is great. It's even the land is great. Yes, because we are doing that song, we all need to learn it.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
We have got enough time, I guess. Just lyrics. I believe we all know we've heard the song. Everybody knows the melody, but we don't know the chorus.
But this one is so if we're simple, we learn now.
No, now that's
what we learn chorus we want to. We don't go learn everything.
It's just this part. The part is sang. It's lyrics we need. I believe we all know the melody in a way. We all know the song. So once we have the lyrics, you just chuck it inside and fire out.
Who doesn't know the song?
Pastor.
I don't know.
Who doesn't know the melody? Who don't know the melody?
Know the words.
The melody that we just sang, you don't know it.
We will not sing that, we just have
They didn't sing it because they didn't know. They don't hear what you have.
But you've been hearing it.
And she don't know. Now men are teachers. Say she don't know. You can at least do.
That's what I said now. That's what I said. That's what the melody.
That's what she don't know. I mean, I couldn't answer. She said she don't know.
You just need the lyrics. The lyrics know what are 4 lines.
We all we have. She don't know. Now what I understand. She don't know.
That's why they defend yourself in advance.
No.
She don't know. She don't know.
He is a teacher. No, I said I don't know. She don't know. Men are teacher only the chorus. So say we know.
Chorus only.
Or the lyrics. Who's always and sing that teachers. This no. No bless do not say that.
How you don't know this song?
I don't know. She don't know. Where police, it to arrest some people.
We will not eat it as today.
One and a half.
Good morning.
Please, let's have somebody jot down those things where we cannot.
That is the problem we have. Everybody they talk, nobody they act. They too sabi for this.
No, it's not that. Every single thing.
When they start acting, I say people don't forget their role.
No.
So we're going to take the
Acting is a different thing entirely. Let's just get our. Then, who are we going to use for the narrator? Please don't call it. I was about to say that. Don't call this anything like the masculine voice.
Jonathan was to add more loudness to it. Because in our own, greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. I choose greatest of all time. I choose greatest of all time. I don't know
Even though like this is not right, there are little big words.
Who are the two people taking religiosity and where's that thing we
Who dress like pastor? Wait, I didn't say when it comes to road and no
and decadence.
I'm not in that
decadence.
Where are people now?
Him and this guy already has a role to play in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it's fun.
He said that you are the good because they also do.
Don't they respect yourself? I'm the.
I choose greatest of all time. I don't know what to choose.
And I love you, but that feeling that you said is not
No. What I'm trying to say, I was trying to say that we need him to add more.
You actually said in this thing, I was saying P.
No, that is, it's only P I could say. What I'm saying is that your P was coming to authority, boldness.
I used my P in a pronounced and definite way.
And it's very strong and articulate. You're supposed to tell me thank you for acknowledging that.
He's actually praising you.
She knows that.
He did not praise me. He did not say I'm loud. He said actually she was happy was
That's what he's trying to say. Like you were pronouncing properly.
Problem before this house,
and
now they wait to hear with best one thing. Now don't attack the person. All of us know
the way we dey raise voice when we want to talk small thing. It go be like quarrel. I'm telling you guys, I've noticed it.
Everybody know too much.
And the result will look results.
Some of us are now.
some of these are they don't mention say some of these are like food. That's not one.
Imagine Nigeria, now give that, now get mine, give donuts to Nigeria to carry.
You won't make sure that the delivery process.
Don't press delivery neck.
No, this is easy to bet Nigeria.
My mom is very particular about
people are kind of every shout.
It's not like that. Don't be so you're not the shout. It's not shout.
They will not the shout.
My mom is always, whenever they're acting any movie that has to be pregnancy and all, she's always speaking on default.
She don't born her men, so she knows.
So she knows. It's not be every time they shout. It's not be and the belly, if I didn't belly too long or too rich chest or too good in my mama just.
Our own belly funny. You know, too big. Just like round circular donuts.
Don't be thinking she won't go. And solution.
So Nigeria be like donuts. They're big nation. Nah, bad. So you see, continue your police costume now. I see that policeman if it was prophetic. Because the next week, you don't know say VOS was coming to her. Conscious after conscious military. Warrior. Stevie gonna be like that man we they use for the first video. When they cook salad, fried rice. One man will speak grammar. Man speak grammar.
That guy will speak grammar. And we use no stakes locate where food within code.
The state of incognito. The guy was too much for that man.
There's no way to meet one person.
Be
myself.
You combine it. See, Baba, bring about 5. Mama, see how you Mama is nice.
60, bro.
See,
Can you get food and you understand?
I want me some. I want to join the list to make it balance.
That will be called the food.
I wish we were one, man. You call me, you call me.
Give me spot.
Let me get some. Take some, John.
Not the only Naya. Naya, blessings.
One is first.
You know what nice? No, why
that means your own day inside too.
Okay, you nice. Oh, you want us to play you nice?
No, my name is Eunice. Why is everyone?
I tell you.
Everyone deliberating.
Because of food.
This is the nation. The nation is really rising here.
The nation is rising in super big. This will not be placed. If not provoking, I will chop this beast raw.
We don't provoke you, but say. A nation is rising up. A nation has risen. When you're done this place, wash the place. I don't want to say
every day. Every day. Where now?
That 3 now is what I'm saying that is going to take a lot of time.
Of course.
It's not that I said all of us are going outside. Like this is what's taking the time. That's why I want to speak next. Because
we have tomorrow.
You said, okay, shall we get tomorrow to real association?
My father is coming, so we can just drama as many times. Task and this other one are two also tasks. So you don't like this task. We got you, bro.
No, nobody got me. Only I'm got me. You not got me.
You will just stand up and. I'm enjoying myself in this house, seriously.
I hope you're like this at home.
I'm enjoying myself in this house, seriously.
We don't tire to the struggle.
We don't tire for Sons of Isaka.
How did they shout? Warrior!
Warrior!
Who dropped the plate here?
Hello. If you know you will do fashion parade tomorrow, come and register. Please let me register with my sister D. Senior man again. We are in charge of the ceremony. I put the wrong way model. You know that all of I will bring my form. Form is
Pull it down. You do something like this. Then your mama, when you dey small, you go somewhere, come go talk. Mommy, should I eat? You say yes, eat. Yes, eat. Eat. When your mama don't drag her, you know you are completely finished. Just eat.
You do 1.5. You go bring $1 billion. By the time you get much money, you go bring 12K. I think say one switch, all of that was. If not, go bring 4K. If not, I know we get on 4K.
I'll give you 4K cash.
Yes. Now, you go bring 2K.
think I go bring 2K for that brother.
Also, they just
Don't shop.
please get me water.
No, this guy inside room. It's worse than opposite outside.
I like to see Stephen as a VOF. I tell you. Everybody go to play. VOF, yes, this is the office. That time you go get everybody go. No, everybody go to sign it.
Before it's more, AG camp go pay money. No, we don't only AG camp. Go pay toll gate. Go pay for toll gate before you buy inside.
Pastor, that is a drama. That is what I understand very well. As I don't see pastor, that's why
I said I need 4K from all of us.
I don't understand. Say, I don't see it.
The class I go where we get plenty. I'm going to put some inside socks. I need to take close to me because I don't care. And it's never second. Because I don't settle. I will settle you. I will settle you. Go put some. I will settle you some money. Because this is what is happening in Nigeria.
I did not know you were going to put that one because I didn't. Hello. Ensure that 7 p.m. you meet with the time, please. Yes, sir. As regards what you are instructed.
Your post comes out of the
Father, please, to understand the perfect wrong way and to know the schematics that will be used on the wrong way, I did nothing less than about 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
Your post comes from past view.
Wow, analyzing the look, I wouldn't mind some.
Just carry the gun.
Something to snap you.
Yellow men will not catch you out. They just carry the go house. A full no metal.
Yellow men will not catch you.
I'm not going to go to the part of the fashion.
No, we don't think about it. Yellow man will regret. No, not yellow man. Yellow men, like 7 of them.
No, just tie him for hand.
They'll call long door. This one they touch you, you shout. Don't think about it. Think about everybody. Yeah! You can do this. You can do this. I cannot do this.
Now carry for belly. I say I don't even get pro to this stomach. Now donut size. Then I want me the bone. Now what for now? Donut. If you carry those like buckets, you carry those small buckets.
But get something that's within the show.
She's trying to keep her Nigeria.
Imagine source of this and they press the donut.
We don't correct people. Hands are tired. She must give you money.
No, not serious. Men are going to deliver now.
This one wants you the fruit.
I didn't push out my if you want to wait, you don't
So that you never go the midwife, the breast person. Midwife, this is your husband catching the breast of the wife.
It was even the person that was having the baby was trying to help her. I just.
No, she tried. You're asking, you're crying. But the notion is donut size. Because you carry protruding stomach. So I just yeah. No, she tried it.
No, be one day, just a lifestyle.
I even were not feeling for me.
That's because they were pressing on your donut. So you couldn't even feel for come back. Oh, you took the ones were awesome. Who go pay?
Father.
Okay, she go platform.
Tell father now,
You get like 2 now. I surprised. I don't say the plan. Maybe you go plan. I don't say the plan with this one. I need to of them better. The blessing, I don't know where blessing to be.
No, blessing like this shirt.
Blessing like this shirt.
Blessing like this shirt.
For this one, I'm planning.
Not they wear blue and white now.
This shirt fine now.
It signifies.
When is the time tomato portion? We might go to watch.
Please, we need someone's height.
She's not let her bless us.
What do you blender?
You are blessings. Who top pass it?
Oh, I don't know.
Still raise her legs.
What's why you go raise your leg, Kanye?
I don't know.
I'm not going to reach.
I'll say we do for your
I put my money on it.
I believe in myself.
Believe yourself now. You read.
Amalia. See him now. See now. See now what you
When you invite the
No. I was just trying to see if I can reach that.
How Amalia? You didn't have one.
Say the about when you go.
So you say, wait, don't let it go.
We don't have onions.
See, what were you saying that time now? And the person will give me that phone.
Me, I want to know this is
Okay, let's go.
Where we meet? They are going behind the camera.
Behind, I mean, in front of the camera. Because say we see the camera, which camera? I don't understand.
Right.
Now they find blind spots.
Is there like...
Let's go up now and break up. What is it?
I can have a nation is rising. We don't like to disturb. So some people don't come up with a business.
So some people don't come up with the business initiative. So some people don't come up with the business. Some people don't come up with the initiative. Abuja Business Carnival.
Your sense they walk quick.
I
love watching you.
Maria. Where do I keep this here?
Yeah. Alright.
Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Please do. What about the second side? We'll be to chop salt so that we'll fry it. Or you blend everything? No, we are not blending everything. We're chopping some. Steven! I can call me AY. AY! AY! Stevie! I called you personally to help us chop this onion.
She doesn't have the time to come and call you. Who can you know now?
John Ba. This water is Steven.
Oh, Steven, did you hear me?
I don't know.
Did somebody's wife your person like this?
I'm not going to let somebody's husband know best. You never salt, I don't change the water. This will not blend though. Yes now. You keep the blender now. Especially with all this block. In fact, I know. You want me to dance? That thing gave me a lot of problem yesterday. Finish.
Yeah?
I'm dancing, huh?
Yes, that's it.
It's all long.
No, don't wash the bag. Steven.
Yeah?
Wash the bag.
It's still hard. It's still very, very hard.
No, that will. No. Let it smell. Leave it there water for a while. I'm going to ask how you want to do this. How you doing, Gilson?
Yes. Nnamdi. Kilo one.
Ayo, I really said boat to use the carry boat.
What is that, bro? Give me come. You can't do skin.
Oh, that's another one.
Hunger is real.
Oh!
Where is the sugar? How many? Should we pour? It should still remain half set in this thing after pouring it.
It happens sometimes.
No, you just started to pour.
That's it. It's just like a face.
So this lady singing, who give me belly yes. But I'm really, this morning with spaghetti I got very hungry. Now I'm very hungry.
It's just like a face. It comes like that.
It's not good, like, and I'm not at home. I'm not go drink Gary.
This one.
So there's still it's okay. It's okay. There's still little. Says everything.
Imagine your phone, as they press on that time, doing some edition.
She never let me go club, come back, go chop one or two.
She just come deliver.
Come on. She don't let me reach the club, come back. I just miss my date.
Ayo.
He said, is it 7 already, please?
It's just
Ayo.
I want to.
That's what I'm doing.
This is not included.
You know this is harder than red. So you don't get really
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not what it is.
I'm scarce them out of tea, you know.
I do jealous that it's about it. Go too much.
You can put it up.
Not really.
And this is the bag. Let I keep it for you.
This one. You know, you can back for your bag.
How many is this? How many is this? I mean, that's fine. And you said you are cooking 2 pots. Put it where did it reach?
Today now I'm hungry. If you even come, this I'll be.
In fact, now you know, guy, this one there. So. I said you should pour it.
There is water. Calm down.
I'm so hungry. My day has been at the gym.
It's okay, people are talking in parables, but then you decided to. If I day outside, you don't still talk anything. You don't talk to the day house like 4 times.
Most of people they answer.
Go there, just hide. Run somebody for me. Don't go there, they don't
Go see how plenty.
Don't drink.
Yeah, I don't think there's one here already.
There is one. There is one, but there's one.
We will not take yellow there.
You just think small, just run and down. I'll do that after. At least make the thing come up somewhere. Now I say we'll go the run, but now we'll cast them.
You know, say if you close this door.
Yes, now.
No, the wire is.
But even if you close it now, you go around suspicion. So just leave it.
Ayo. Please just leave it.
Carry plates now.
You can fuck me there, speak English.
But wait, why you not drunk?
White.
Hey, can you see why I cannot live for you? 1 year that I was
Father's house now. Father's house is safe.
They see now, they won't pick up. They don't do.
Where is that? AY, life is not done like this. AY, you go down.
Wale, come inside. Oh, dear, you there? Oh, my politics is here.
One more.
Sugar. Should we use this one or we should take the one I caused? And should I?
Carry me, they go.
Go.
See what to do.
You were with no to come.
The girl found out was receiving tea. No, really, not finish. I wish Father could talk to us or speak away Valentine. Take your substance and go to the Nigeria now.
We all carry on, man.
Like, I think they need to work on that for the next edition. I think I prefer that voice.
Yes, sir.
You know, it comes sudden.
Yeah, it's only when you want to talk to the viewer that you call. But all this kind of it's sweet. When everyone be like, they don't catch.
This is the Father.
Yes, it's sweet.
Abigail,
Go to the land here.
where is your talk? Where is your microphone?
Yeah, speak. All those kind of things.
Speak louder in your
Yeah, I think some information is better given through him by himself and his voice. Like he gives this.
What? So that is what we want to do.
come on. I've changed the water once now. Is this the water very clean?
I beg help look butcher the meat.
Now that night we always been reading.
But how much is that knife great in the first place?
It's not sharp.
It's not ingredient.
It's not a good quality.
See there.
Yeah.
See to the set. Wow, this is not sugar.
No, I want to put more.
Thank you so much.
That's my professor.
Now these things will go right for your distance, Stevie. When we want to find wife for you. So the girls will not pay. Bringing something to a field table already. Not like she's bringing.
You don't plan that campaign finish now. When that campaign happens.
No, like you go to one conflicts in one night. If
you are here early, she gave out golden more first.
Okay, he likes golden one.
I prefer conflicts.
Oh.
Conflict is done.
So why did they not carry golden more?
We don't blend the tomatoes.
Not it.
This is the Father. Ifunanya, adjust your sitting position here.
That was
like without speaker, every room, every corner. I mean,
you are in your room and they want to pass one, but instead of the coming to your room, they just drop it.
Yeah.
So that thing has casting.
That's the idea. But make us sweet. That's why that they were making us the boardroom and there was speaker there. Everybody keep quiet now. Huh?
This is the Father.
This is the Father.
Valentine. Ayomide. Abigail. the voice will be speaking all the time.
If now
when the thing is.
Steven, report to the gist room.
This
Now.
This is the Father. May the following custodians get on their feet now. Eunice.
Everybody will look at you. You go see.
Blessings.
If you are going to laugh.
So now, you got the way to say it.
I will recommend it for the next.
People will there their tiptoe.
No, makes sense.
When
Rose came on board and the father was just like in the next 7 seconds. She shouldn't have been the one.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying from exactly. So the person is there for maybe on the way
reports.
This is the Father.
In the next
30 seconds.
Change into
and
that counts down. That 20, 19.
Your time starts
now. 20, 19, 18. Ah, no, it was sweet though.
If we don't scatter, please be that.
The voice of the Father wouldn't be for maybe when you have a guest coming or you have a very important, all those kind of attack things. Now, straight off from Father.
Like that day that we were talking after that, the voice of Father came. This is the Father.
Exactly.
Follow custodians. Stand up now. Custodian greatness.
Apologize.
Custodian Valentine.
Apologize.
In the next 60 seconds, apologize. So, TSC.
Don't sit on it. How will you want to sit on this, bro?
So, but daddy, we no pressure.
No action.
Baba.
I'm strong with your neck.
You have done good.
Yes, man.
That's why I go to sing by neck. Carry me there.
Anywhere better.
No, it's happened to me. I just said no. My neck will carry me from there.
I know it's coming already. We shall say okay. Yes. Yes.
Now, question that.
Let me father in now.
It's not a big father of faith. He's big, but not the father.
Big father they are always referring to.
But this one.
Concerning this show. One of the father.
And they didn't say one of the father, they say big father.
Big father of the land.
In the land.
The kingdom of faith.
You should believe in faith with me that Pastor Chris that is coming.
Which
make I remove toothpick on your behalf.
And then Gary they walk. I think the bishop doesn't load Gary before Gary they talk. The thing goes to
I really want to say that.
I'm going to church. I didn't know in church.
You said one of the people they as far as the show is concerned.
That's why Chris I want you to come.
Okay, as a matter of fact, when they say that the winner will receive blessings from 9 fathers of faith in
9
does
specifies 9.
No, on the
one of the documents is
yes, I think 9 or 7.
So you definitely be there because he's one people that went to bless the project.
So you will know that it's not necessarily a
father,
big one. So father, as far as this project is concerned.
Good afternoon,
But now your own interpretation, the time day, see Gary they walk. All of us just drink Gary. Gary just stay here first. Gary never go down.
Just spend 5 minutes of your time. Just 5 minutes.
If I give it Baju, you don't say Baju is different from Ibati.
My name is Sister.
We know 1 year. They go.
I just want you to know that Jesus is coming back. I want all of you to repent.
Those people they preach with megaphone in the morning, those women. Why they say?
Gospel and suspense.
He be suspect before be viewer.
That's
have
the
to come back to your planet. 4 years to complete.
And wait, we should not forget that we have something tomorrow. We have to rehearse.
It's tomorrow night.
Yes. What makes us think we'll have time to rehearse tomorrow?
So the idea is by
let's draw a scale of preference and draw and rehearse the one that comes first.
In an hour time, you'll be leaving the house. Not.
And that's what I'm saying. Like once I'm back, let's rehearse for long. We sit down with tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Then tomorrow morning we can pick up.
Do we rehearse or you just tell us how it will look?
No, it has to be rehearsed. We have to.
So we will rehearse it, but
not the work. When I mean we have to rehearse the work, it's not about the working necessarily. With whatever I am seeing, yes, so we get the picture and the movement.
We do both this night.
Of course, it's not to understand that okay, you know, we have a thing in our head with this room already, just to change it with whatever we see. That's
okay, no problem.
Both of them can even happen under 1 hour because the playlist, the drama.
Hello. Brother, don't go yet. I want to share the word.
I am born again.
I
am born again.
I know you are born again, but what about your soul?
My soul is born again.
Your soul. Are you ready? And I saw the view. Yes. Why can't you share the word like this? With the person walking by the way. Depending on gender.
You approach okay, speak now. If Naya, please come.
You approach the person, you're like, excuse me, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
If I help you, will you listen to the word of God?
I'll listen to the word. Are you busy or can I take a walk? You're so beautiful.
The Bible says that
I was just
the kingdom of God is not meat and drink.
I'd like to walk with you.
Sister, is it Jesus that is making
you are Felix. If you are Felix, the person might say, so why walking? So my name is.
The Bible says the kingdom of God is not in meat and drink. This will not take you to heaven.
So when the person then stops and you stop, then you engage the person a little bit, knowing is it before you then preach.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Can't we evangelize like that?
People already do that in school. That's how most people. Maybe you spend eternity. Actually.
Eternity or eternity?
They walk with you. So I'm just stopping you. Eternity.
They walk with you.
That's what we
evangelize. And that's how we evangelize.
I think it's outdated. I think it's no longer effective.
It's not just outdated. People used to run away from church because of that.
In fact,
by the time I come in school, in my house,
this
the
one
man will just shout, they criticize. Like, give me notice Sunday morning.
And it's early, usually 5 a.m. in the morning. The message is more of criticism and judgment instead of actually preaching.
Yeah, that's just running church.
I'm like, why is this person saying this thing?
Even you when they go church,
you're a boy, yeah. You're wearing trousers.
Because you are not sugarcoat the kingdom of God.
Yes.
You will come to heaven. You are wearing trousers, wearing red lipstick. You will go to heaven.
Rapture is coming. There's a day where will you spend your eternity? Where will you spend your eternity? The kingdom of God is at hand. You are a man. You have a woman in your house. You are a woman. You are wearing trousers. You are doing your hair. Wearing all sorts of people. How are you supposed to actually save a soul like this?
So don't get it. But do you know why they keep doing that? It still works for some people. Actually, you know some people will never come, will not come. It's just that it doesn't work as well anymore. It's not as effective again. But some people, they not just come out. So I'm not saying that there's some people that they will not come to church and say they have fear. That's why they have fear. Because of Christ, but they don't think that God is not fear.
They don't need to be selected. I just went past that program. And then my church has done fine. That's well, man. I think every episode.
He's not the father of the son of praise. Before they could come.
I will throw you. I will stone you. It's wrong. What will you do? Shake it.
actually the dance of the devil. I am bringing it to the church.
You can pray yourself into anointing. You can pray yourself into a specific kind of grace.
Sister Nkechi, there's a man, Gio. Oh, sorry, Mommy Gio. As I heard
you don't look like Mommy Gio. You look like Sister Cassandra.
Exactly. God, the first.
All the Sister Jessica. Amanda.
Those two ones. Where you wear big earring. You even wear trousers.
Dancing Makosa in the church is wrong. That is the dance of this.
It came. I will tell you where it came from. It came from the Ogwani kingdom. OG stands.
You know how I used to be part of
C.
them.
The O in G is if you check the alphabet now, O is the letter 13. If you now times 13 times 3, that is 26. That is 6, which means 6.
Actually, they get logic.
I was saying, God, which one is this? Which can't take this one?
Bad.
Which can't take this one? I don't know.
Us we get 2 clocks to wear. How will go outside? I can't take change.
When he sees it,
because even if you say we don't do, Maria is wearing 2 clothes.
And as a matter of fact,
spend 2 clothes, man.
I need you to understand something. If we will be doing it that
well, nobody else can fit it besides her. So we're using that as an advantage to wear 2 clothes. Because she must wear
all the women.
No, we are. Most of us actually, not all. I don't know about all. For me, I have 2 clothes.
Now, who don't go wear 2 clothes?
About one year,
another person will wear one.
Me, I want, by the time we're doing the couple part coming together, my clothes want to match something.
So I think the guys will wear 2 clothes.
That's dinner clothes. No, I wear my dinner clothes. So that it's now match. The first time, I mean, it's very dumb. I went on car the first time.
I have to do corporate and meeting.
You can choose to wear English first time. So by the time you're wearing your dinner gown, your suit,
and that's part of the rest of the
yes.
I'm going to prepare with somebody.
No.
The head of ceremony,
HOC. Of course. HOC.
The office of the HOC.
I celebrate No.
Cozy by
Cozy
Dare cooked also.
The 16th.
And also, please, if you want us to mention your fashion, I don't know.
Yes.
I'll take note of this.
This is what we have to talk tomorrow.
Please, I'm wearing Miyakuto.
Do you think I can do the whole announcement thing and everything?
Yes,
like, you know, it's not just name.
That means you want model.
We can know.
I
can submit.
What I'm saying is, you know, you announce each contestant, there are things you keep saying, like, yes, to G. It's not just by saying contestant one.
Contestant one. You know,
once the person gets to the front, striking the opposite, you're still, like, you'll be helping us.
That's a great goal.
Wow,
that's a great goal. Oh my goodness. Wow, but yeah, that's lovely.
I just feel like it doesn't have the charisma. I just feel like
wow, Mia Couture really looks cool.
Mia Couture. I read tomorrow.
Why would she wear Mia Couture?
Don't find it to have
why would I do it since he's used to things like that? Okay.
To what?
The talking.
I'm looking at the switch from, since it's the one that will have to announce the name. Yeah, so you like to and give him mic
and he's the HOC actually. So that's actually his job description.
Or let's we can do this way. He will be it's your thing, it's your ceremony. But when when it gets to the part of that wrong way, I can just take over to do the whole career. Then once I'm done, I'll return it to you, then you continue.
So when it gets to the male part,
once I'm ready to perform, maybe he takes over. I'll do my own. Then once it's ready, because basically not like he will be on stage. the person is not actually on stage. The person is
just like
where the backstage is, the entrance.
Oh, okay. So you
yes.
will be seen
No, no.
Oh, okay, that was the problem. I thought you would be.
You know, you are like this. You are the one calling in. So
I thought Delectable Amaria.
Hey.
Dionis,
There are 4 ladies here, and so Amaria.
Elegant.
The Bible says,
the one that
where a man's heart
has been
is.
taken.
Sorry, where a man's treasure is.
So that's where his heart lies.
But Mr. Shalom Kelafi is watching.
Perfect.
I feel.
Sorry, thank you.
What?
He's too easy. They need to go and buy wedding cake.
We are playing. Now, if it was too small, you would complain.
Exactly.
Do you prefer you make it twice or you make it once?
You don't understand.
It's too wide, but it's not.
Thank you. It's too big.
It's not now.
But it's still okay.
This is not too big.
Exactly.
This one is actually big.
We know it's big. You can.
I don't understand people's point.
You cannot get, first of all, it's big. Cake, if I'm baking cake, it's not for a meal, it's probably for snack or whatever.
Maybe
to fill this pan now halfway through, it's a lot. It's a wedding cake size.
Then use this one.
This is still big.
Maybe Father won't.
You are 15, no?
Exactly.
This is too big for 15 people.
Father won't let it go around well.
Exactly.
Wait, what's your plan? You want to cut just this small square for us?
No, understand.
Thank you. It would have been better if they bought like a size 10 or 2 of it. This is like size 12 or something.
This one is
I think you should appreciate the fact that
I'm not getting that. I was happy when
I don't even know why you did this as a matter of fact.
because we're not doing
You're not putting ice in, I'm just making cake, cut it, let us eat.
chicken now. Is that this for icing?
Okay, not icing.
Is that there's no icing?
Hey now,
If they are kids.
you just waste icing sugar.
No. Yeah, it's sugar.
I beg.
If you do butter icing now, Shebi.
It would be a waste of resources. Sincerely, it would be a waste of resources. Why should we put butter icing? No.
No icing.
Just put it there, cut it, let us eat.
And I just to bake the cake, no matter how.
So you waste father resources.
Okay, without icing, no be cake.
We know
You are wasting father
do you know the icing is just for presentation.
Oh yeah, why the father?
But what kind of
The cake is how rich whatever is.
Agreed.
You know what waste father resources? Father brought this thing so that you
get
icing and place it on top. And they say made by the custodians of the father's house.
They should provide guys, sugar, butter, all those things, egg. You want to make cake, there's no egg, say.
I can't use sponge cake. You can't use They will appreciate chocolate cake when I will eat. Appreciate chocolate cake. Chocolate cake.
Don't want you to
chocolate cake. I don't like it. Yeah, it's very nice. I love cakes. And I want to make she make chocolate cake. I said she get the. There's good now.
Hey! The chocolate is used to do chocolate.
No, cocoa powder.
But we can provide.
You don't walk now. I don't go walk.
Chocolate cake. What you with that name of that thing? That one that is to
we can't do it now.
Well, I have it here. I need to do it before Saturday. Vanilla and chocolate party cannot lose that one cake. What the heck? I know. I think whipped cream. Yes, now. Because anyway, we don't need to do the cake again. We have to do it before Saturday. Once no party can do it, everybody has to party.
What do you do for your forehead? This is not doing the decoration. So
Normally we care about that.
Yes.
like fell or something.
No, I mean
it says 10 parties around.
No, that only the
this one as window. As the window is open.
I don't know.
What do you call it? You can't find it. That's a when you need a whole lot of
you want this one here now, fear. Maybe I took like the home to let her go on. I know I was afraid when I was sit down.
Because I love cakes.
Even if this house will really work.
We don't have enough ingredients because the pan is big, so we need a lot of water and sugar. So Father, please hear me. And eggs.
We have people.
No sugar.
I think beans quick.
Soft.
Wow, I like this kind of beans.
Honestly.
No, they chop gas.
By the time I get my house, the day where I give them past 1 hour, so the beans press finish.
That's why I like this.
Press. That one was. There's a way I make the beans. So I fry pepper and pepper sauce, three fish all of that. As the next is I'll mix them. Mix them together. But some people just as it is I all put on the ingredients.
No, we used in school I did that. So I'm going to be friend.
It depends on how you want it sometimes.
But for me, if I using pressure cooker, it makes friend. But if I just using pot, just try to let it cook.
You know chicken is not
Chicken is not sweet.
Chicken is not sweet without ingredients.
These broilers, these particular broilers,
yeah, they're not sweet.
If you go
but
check
if it's
local
chicken,
you kidding me? Go chop chicken, go chop like you go just free yourself. Now sweet dreams will happen to you. But turkey sweet past chicken.
Yes,
but
that's
true. If you buy turkey in this house, some people will chop really good. Yes, no, that's
turkey.
Yes,
Turkey is bigger now.
Turkey is bigger, but sitting about the center and the bone. The edges are meeting with that center and the bone. So it's unlucky. My house people eat turkey, but so I know anybody that not learn, I'm privileged to learn that. Now let's skin me go chop.
You spice it very well.
My turkey is so much sweeter than chicken. Oh my god, turkey is sweet so much. It's my favorite.
Even duck is sweeter.
I've never tasted duck.
I've never tasted duck, but
and duck is red meat, unlike
sweet,
unlike chicken and turkey.
Duck is
red duck is